Good morning, children. So, children, today we are going to discuss about the February Revolution in Petrograd. Okay. Now, in February 1917, there was severe food shortage and also economic crisis occurred in Russia. And in Russia, the revolution that took place occurred in two phases. What are those? Phase 1 was known as February Revolution and March Revolution. Okay. Now, why it was known as February Revolution and March Revolution? Don't get confused out here. As because first Russia was using Julian calendar and later it used Gregorian calendar. Okay, based on Julian calendar, first phase revolution took place in February, and on based on Gregorian calendar, it took place in March. Clear? As because there were 13 days of difference between Julian and Gregorian calendar. As due to Julian calendar, it falls in the month of February, and due to Gregorian calendar, it falls in the month of March. So out here, don't get confused. Okay. Now, second phase, it occurred, that is the October Revolution and November Revolution. Clear? So on 22nd February, a factory on the right bank of river Neva was locked out. Clear? As there was food shortage, even economic crisis was there, people were suffering a lot. Now, where those people will go? So in such a situation, when factory was being locked out due to this, or we can say with sympathy, on the very next day, workers in 50 factories call off a strike to all over Russia. Okay, now the strike which was going on in the factory was led by women. So due to this, it came to be known as International Women Day. Okay, now public also started to protest all over the country. Now, when everyone was protesting, now to the police and military was not able to control the situation. Clear? When all the public, everyone was protesting, it became out of control. So, they, that is the police and the military, they advised the Tsar Nicholas to abolish the monarchy rule. Clear? And to implement democratic system. Now, Tsar Nicholas, what he did is that he told his brother Michael to become Tsar, that is to become the king. But his brother refused. As because situation was not good, people were protesting against Tsar, so he might be killed by the people. So he refused to be Tsar. But at last, Tsar Nicholas, he did not have any option. So what he did? He abolished monarchy on 2nd March. Okay, now, so after that, what we can see is that the Soviet leader and the Duma leader formed the provisional government to run Russia smoothly. Now, Russia's future plan was being decided by Constituent Assembly, which was elected on the basis of universal adult suffrage. Clear? Now, Petrograd had led the February Revolution and it had brought an end of the monarchy in February 1917. Is it clear? Now, next we will move on to the after February. That is, after February, it means that after the February Revolution, what changes has taken place? Let us discuss about it. Okay. Now, liberal and socialist worker, they walk towards an elected government. As before, restriction was there on public meeting and association. So after February Revolution, what we can see is that all the restriction was been removed. Clear? But out there, this liberal and the socialist, what they did two mistakes. What was those? First mistake was that they said that as monarchy rule will come to an end, they will conduct an election, but they did not conduct any election. Secondly, they had said that the World War I was going on. Now, they will withdraw themselves from the war, but they did not did the thing what they have said. So, in April 1917, the Bolshevik leader named Vladimir Lenin, who was been sent to exile. That means he was been overthrown from the country. He returned back to Russia on April 1917. Now he and the Bolshevik party, they opposed the World War which was going on since 1914, and they failed to take the power in their hand. And he, that is Lenin, he declared three things. What are those? The first one was that the World War I, which was going on, must be ended. Secondly, land needed to be transferred to the peasant. Third one, what he said is that bank to be nationalized. That is, all the bank should be comes under the control of the government. So these three demands of Lenin become very popular, and it was also known as April thesis. Clear? That is, the three demand of Lenin was also known as April thesis. Clear? Now in summer, worker movement was spread all over the Russia. In industrial area, the factory committee was being formed, and this committee began to question to the industrialists that how the factories are being run. Clear? Now the trade union, they have grew up in numbers. Now soldier committee was being formed in the army, and in June the Soviet, what they did is that they sent 500 representatives to an all Russian Congress of Soviet. Clear? They have sent their 500 representatives out there. Now the provisional government felt that its power is being reduced and Bolshevik is growing more powerful. And then the provisional government, they decided to suppress the movement led by the Bolshevik party. Clear? So for that, popular demonstration staged by the Bolshevik in July 1917 was sternly repressed, and many Bolshevik leaders had to go into hiding or flee. That means they have to flee away somewhere and they have to hide themselves. Clear? To save their life. Is it clear? So children, regarding February Revolution has been clear. Now next we will move on to the Revolution of October 1917. Okay. Now in September, Bolshevik supporters in the army, Soviets and factory, they all were being brought together and they become more powerful. On 16 October 1917, Lenin, he make believe to the Petrograd Soviet and the Bolshevik party that he is going to capture the power. Again on 24th October, movement began. Clear? Now the Prime Minister named Kerensky, he was the member of the Menshevik party. He left the city, and the reason behind that was that he want to summon, that is, he want to collect the troops. Clear? To protest against the Bolshevik. Now, pro-government sent its troops to take over the telephones and the telegraph office and to protest the Winter Palace. In return, Military Revolutionary Committee ordered its supporter to capture government office and arrest the minister who were protesting against them. So, by overnight, only the city came under the control of the military committee. Clear? That is, within the night, the military committee, they have captured the city. That is, they brought the city under their control, and all those ministers who were against them, they surrender. So this revolution, that is October Revolution, is also known as bloodless revolution. Why? As because in this revolution there was not so much war, or we can say there was not so much loss of life has taken place. Clear? So children, today till the revolution of October 1917, in our next class we will discuss about what change after October, that is what changes has taken place after October Revolution. We will discuss in our next class. Okay, so till then, take care. Thank you.